In this video, I'm going to walk through a full checklist and guide for Amazon FBA product analysis for beginners in 2024. I'm going to show you every data point you need to know for every product to potentially sell on Amazon, so that in just a few minutes, you can really be confident with your own product research. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Miles. I'm a 25-year-old seven-figure Amazon seller on a mission to help as many of you guys as possible build the side hustle or business of your dreams in 2024. And if you're interested in unparalleled one-on-one access to myself, being around a community of sellers that are working to crush the game and getting all my coupons, tips, tricks, strategies, and daily one-on-one access to myself, I'll leave my mentorship application link down below in the description if you're hardworking, consistent, and want my help hitting your goals. Let's get right into the video. This is going to be a really important video, especially for you beginners watching, because I'm going to walk you through a product research checklist, a bunch of red flags to avoid, and really everything you need to know to analyze every potential product you're really ever going to look to sell via Amazon, online, or retail arbitrage. So make sure you watch this video and take notes, and at the end of the video, I'm going to show you the full checklist laid out. So to start off, we can see this product's over here on Amazon at $38.55, currently in the buy box, which is where we want to be as sellers. Now, this isn't going to be a tutorial on SellerAmp as well as Keepa, which are the two product research tools you want to be using. There's a full ungating tour as well as a full auto ungating tour linked in the description as well here. We can see this specific product's currently buy boxing at $38, so we plug that in on SellerAmp. We can see it's over on the brand website for $22. Right here, so we can see at $22, and we have a 20% off coupon, right? So at 22 minus 20% ends up being about $17.50 here, right? And we can see historically it's been that price, right? So this is actually an example of a winning product, and then we can see that it's currently profitable, right? It beats the $3 plus profit, 30% plus ROI criteria, and then it's well below an 100,000 sales rank, so there's good velocity. And the Keepa chart shows that this has been profitable over time. Now, this is an example of what a winning product looks like. Here's a bunch of examples of products you want to avoid and why you want to avoid those products, and just a checklist to go through on each specific item. So if we take a look at this specific product right here, we can see this product passes the velocity criteria because this has well below 100,000 BSR, so we know this item's selling quick. BSR stands for best sellers rank. However, if we take a look at the Keepa chart, we can see that the competition is actually skyrocketing on this product. So this bottom Keepa chart right here, we can see on January 22nd, there were 8 sellers, and it went all the way up to having about 25 sellers. And we can see that's starting to drag the price down a little bit. So if the competition's shooting up, that's absolutely something you want to avoid. You want competition that's either stable or going down on this bottom Keepa chart here. Another example, the type of product you want to avoid, we can see these Jordan 1 mids here have 7,000 reviews. We know these are selling quick. They also have a pretty good BSR, which further helps validate that. However, if we take a look down here on the Keepa chart, we can see the price was like $300 just like 2 weeks ago. And now the price is really only like $168, and we can see the competition's going up. So just like we want competition that's either stable or going down, we want pricing that's either stable or going up. And the nice thing is, as you're doing product research, when you're a beginner, you should be primarily using the storefront stalking method, with which I have several videos on my channel on how to do storefront stalking, otherwise known as reverse sourcing, where we look inside the storefronts of other sellers to find examples of their winning products that we know sell quick. Then we go out and look for those items profitable here. So you're not even going to end up looking for any items that have poor looking Keepa charts, because when you're using the storefront stalking method in SellerAmp, you're going to see the examples of the Keepa charts prior. Right here. Another thing that's really important in terms of vetting a potential product to buy is actually if the supplier is legit. So let's talk about how we can verify if a supplier, otherwise known as a website for online arbitrage, is legit, because there's a lot of scams out here. Want to give you guys some best practices in terms of verifying if a supplier is legit. In general, it's a green flag if they're on any of the cashback portals like Rakuten, Top Cashback, or Capital One Shopping, which are those free cashback and coupon extensions you make sure you want to have. It's also a good idea, if you're unfamiliar with a specific website, to maybe ask some other sellers in like our free Discord or Facebook group or on Twitter, as well as just checking Trustpilot, their Google reviews, and looking up their address. If a company is legit, you should be able to find them pretty easily on the internet. It's also a green flag if they have customer support lines. It's a good best practice to check out through PayPal, which actually makes the process a lot quicker and more secure. And it's also a good sign if they're active on social media as well. And then in 2024, basically all these websites are going to have social media pages. So the more active it is, the more chance it is that they're legit. And you want to make sure it's not like fake followers and they made all their posts in the same days. And so that's good practice in terms of verifying if a supplier is legit. Another thing to make sure you're doing with product research is just overall make sure your numbers are correct. So we're here in the settings on SellerAmp And what SellerAmp actually allows us to do, we have for you guys, is that you can add in your inbound shipping costs as well as your sales tax or prep center costs. So as a beginner, you're probably going to be doing prep yourself. So rather than me, where I use what's called a prep center, I have $1 fee per unit, right? You're probably going to have something like 6 or 7% flat sales tax in your state. You can find that information on Google. So you want to make sure you have your MISC fee percent incorrectly on SellerAmp, as well as your inbound shipping costs right here. Now, inbound shipping costs get a lot cheaper as you go. Mine is closer to like 25 or 20 cents per pound. However, as a beginner, you're not fully optimizing your box and such. You're probably going to want to be closer to 40 cents per pound. And then the cool thing is what that does is the SellerAmp calculator is automatically going to factor in your sales tax as well as that inbound shipping cost in bulk to Amazon in your net numbers. So I know some of you guys in the comments are always worried about sales tax and shipping costs. The cool thing is I always have it factored in on SellerAmp both ways so that you actually don't need to do the mental math on your own. Another potential issue to always take a look at is if Amazon's selling a product. We can see Amazon specifically on this listing here, and going down and taking a look at the Kiva chart, we can see that Amazon actually isn't sharing the buy box much on this product. We can see Amazon's pretty much on the buy box consistently like the whole time. And how I can go and further verify that is by going here and hitting data and then buy box statistics on Kiva. And we can see that over a 30-day period, right, Amazon's getting 100% of the buy box share. So it's probably going to be really easy for us to sell as third-party sellers. You guys always ask me, when is it okay to compete with Amazon? And the answer is it's never good to compete with Amazon if they're getting 100% of the buy box share. But this next product we're going to take a look at, we can see Amazon is sharing the buy box. And I'm going to show you guys how to see that. We can take a look at these Adidas track pants, literally the same brand. It's kind of weird how Amazon will share the buy box on some products, not share the buy box on some products. But we can see if we scroll down here, we can now take a look at, we can see on the bottom, we can see the offer count is oscillating a lot more. And we can see that Amazon's not getting all the buy box, considering that the buy box is lower than Amazon's prices in many points, especially over the last 30 days. We can further back that up with hard data and go here and hit data and then buy box statistics right here. And we can see Amazon's really only getting 10% of the buy box share, and it's really being shared between all the other sellers in this case right here, and it probably gets even more. Yeah, exactly. If we go to the 9-day, they only got 27% of it. So this is an example where immediately I can tell that Amazon's sharing the buy box by looking at that offer count oscillation on that bottom chart, and then it's backed up by that full data hitting data and then buy box statistics. Another thing you really want to keep an eye out for is IP complaints history on Kiva charts is incredibly important. So if we take a look at the Kiva chart here on this product, we can see this had previously looked like a normal reseller friendly product, and then we can see there's a bunch of other sellers on it, 10 plus sellers. It's nicely oscillating in terms of off count, but randomly we can see it went from 12 sellers down to 1 seller in 1 day, which is a clearly example of an IP complaint, which is basically an intellectual property complaint, where the person that owns this brand was basically like, okay, we don't want any other sellers selling this product on Amazon. So this would be a major red flag to avoid items in this brand. And whenever you see on a Kiva chart the offer count floating along and then randomly just shoots down to 0, there's a complete cliff, that's a sign of IP complaint history, and that is absolutely the type of product you want to avoid selling on Amazon. Another pro tip for doing product research is always making sure you're getting the lowest buy cost possible. So a great way to lower your buy costs is actually using discounted gift cards from Cardbear and Top Cashback specifically are really, really helpful. So you want to get that written down, as well as using different coupon codes that different websites offer, specifically like Dick's Sporting Goods. We can see all those cashback portals popping up too. We can see there's like a 10% coupon right here that we can just use what's called a catch-all email to just loop right here, 10% email right there. And now taking a look at the full sample sourcing criteria right here. So we want to make sure we're staying below a 100,000 BSR for the most part. You'll build out your own criteria over time. $3 minimum profit per unit, 30% plus ROI, maybe a little higher or lower depending on the return cadence of that product. Is there any IP complaint history? You want to avoid it if so. Is the price stable or going up, and is the competition stable or going down? If yes, you probably want to consider going ahead and placing a test order for that. If not, there's a good chance, unfortunately, that trend is going to continue. Is this supplier legit, right? That's really, really important too, because if it's too good to be true, it probably is, unfortunately, not going to be good, right? Can I purchase a discounted gift card from Cardbear or Top Cashback to juice up my margins, right? Does this website allow tax exempt, or if I'm doing retail arbitrage or wholesale, right? Can I avoid sales tax? In that case, you need to, go ahead and do your SellerAmp numbers again, right? You want to make sure you have your SellerAmp numbers correct, right? Does this website have high cashback or a really good rewards program like Kohl's does, right? Is there a coupon or sale running, or is there a holiday coming soon? This website's probably going to run a sale, right? It's really important that you have a burner email address that has accounts on a ton of websites. Literally just go to puma.com and create an account, nike.com, create an account, and then that way forever they're going to feed you deals, right? Do you have Coupon Birds, Rakuten, Top Cashback, Retail Me Not, Be Frugal, Capital One Shopping, right? Those are going to give you cash back and coupons. They're going to show you additional deals different websites have. Is this lead FBM friendly, where I can potentially test like just one or two of these units as a beginner, which comes from looking at if other people are getting FBM buy box share on that product, right? Did I ask customer service for a coupon if I can't find it, right? Am I talking to other sellers within the community to get additional alpha there, right? The cool thing is a lot of this eventually becomes subconscious and muscle memory. So obviously when you're newer, you're going to be operating around really, really slowly and such. And eventually you also increase your purchase quantities too. So that's a really good sample sourcing criteria for you guys. Hope this product sourcing checklist video was helpful for you guys. Make sure to subscribe for more. Let me know any questions down below. Watch my full free course right here and my full auto ungating and ungating tutorial right here. See you guys in the next one.